Hi everyone, we are discussing goal setting. Goal setting and inner dialogue, goal setting and self-confidence, goal setting and out-of-the-box thinking cannot be separated. You have to be very conscious on what type of dialogue is in your mind. If you ask the right question, you will get the right answer. Note down these 5 questions. Question number 1. How keen am I to reach my outcome? How keen am I to reach my outcome? Evaluate it on a 0 to 10 and ask yourself, where am I? Honestly ask yourself. Honestly put down that number. Not to please anybody. Don't cheat yourself. How keen am I? If you are going to mark it 1 or 2, it means you are not going to get that energy to reach out. You are not going to persevere. So how keen am I to reach my outcome? Question number 2. Do I think deeply out of the box? Deep thinking. So that it gets embedded in your mind. Always you are thinking about what I call as the big, hairy, audacious goals. I talk about my Mount Everest. This is going to decide the quality of my life. So this is the second question. Do I think deeply out of the box? Which means unconventional methods, I need to think about it. I need to break the barriers, not the beaten track, right? Question number 3 is, do I have a strategy to support my outcome? Do I have a strategy? Strategy is a war term. In war, there is no question of trial and error. In war, there is no question of learning from experience. It's a life or death, as simple as that. So question number 3 is, do I have the strategy to support my outcome? That's why I talked about long term, medium term, short term, task, subtask, activities, time zone, time frame. The 4th question is, am I willing to take the risk? The ability to calculate the risk, the ability to evaluate the risk, and the ability to have countermeasure to deal with the risk is very, very important. That is closely linked to your goal setting. And last but not the least, am I 100% focused on my goal? Am I 100% focused on my goal? It is not just playing lip service to a goal. 100%. This psychic energy is very, very important. The focus should be so deep that in your dream you think about this question. I am going to give a real story of Stanislavsky Lech, who escaped from the Krakow death camp of Hitler. Stanislavsky was caught with his family, herded to the death camp, where he was put into enormous amount of torture. Hitler's troop killed his family members in his very eyes, in front of his eyes. Somehow he escaped death that day. The question in his mind was, how am I going to escape from this place? How am I going to escape from this place? How am I going to escape from this place? He went on and asked this question to everybody around. They said, don't ever ask that question. The questions in their mind was, can it happen to me? How can it happen to me? Can a person be so brutal as Hitler? What will I do? What my family out there will do? That was the type of question in their mind. But in the mind of Stanislavsky Lech, how am I going to escape? Can I use this to escape? Can I use that to escape? Can I use this to escape? He used to go to work every day, very hard work. One day, he smelled something filth smell, flesh, human flesh smell, decaying smell, rotten human flesh smell. He looked around. There was a truck laden with the dead bodies who have been gassed to death and brought in a truck. He went to work, he came back evening, he saw the same truck with the same dead bodies, filth, stinking dead bodies. A thought occurred to his mind, why should I not use this to escape? He removed all his cloth, jumped into the truck, remained there as though dead, pretending to be dead. All around him dead bodies, cold dead bodies, filth, smell, stinking smell. But his question in his mind is, how am I going to use this to escape? Maybe around midnight the truck started and it was driving along with all the dead bodies. This man was also traveling and it stopped and all the dead bodies were dumped into an open grave, rolled with all the dead bodies. He remained patiently, acting completely dead. When every sound stopped, Stanislavsky opened his eyes, looked around, there was nobody around. He jumped out of the truck, ran 25 miles and escaped to write a book, how he escaped Hitler's concentration camp. The only question that he had in his mind was, how am I going to escape from this camp? Ask this question, how am I going to solve this problem? How am I going to reach this goal? As I mentioned in my previous episodes, in a year have at least 2 big, hairy, audacious goals and work. You may even take 3 months to work out the strategy and then launch your goal. It could be a new product launch, it may be a startup company that you want to start, it could be something which will give you life. Again and again, I am telling you, there is a link between your mind and your brain. There is a link between the question that you are having in your mind and the goal that you want to accomplish. I repeat the 5 questions once again. How keen am I to reach my outcome? Do I think deeply out of the box? Do I have the strategy to support my outcome? Am I willing to take risk? And am I 100% focused on my goal? Ask these questions, ask these empowering questions, and you will reach your goal. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. Press the bell button. See you in the next episode.